these VIO people, they don't wear their uniform. Because if they wear their uniform, you can identify them. But these people, they don't wear uniform. They stand among the passengers like they are looking for motor. So and immediately all these motor stop, they will just jump inside. Where is your driving license? The next thing, they will off your engine. So it happened to one guy here about 3 days ago on that Monday morning. So that is why people now gather that we will not take that boy away unless there is solution to it, because this boy does not commit any crime.
On Monday, July 12, 2021, a group of taxi drivers at the Federal Secretariat, Abuja, came out protesting over the alleged harassment and collection of illegal levies by officials of the Vehicle Inspection Office. The drivers alleged that some of these VIO officials do not wear uniforms and they disguise as passengers who flag down their taxis and then immediately jump in and start harassing them.
They used to disguise themselves as if they are not their passenger, stand on the way. So when they wave you, you stop. As they enter your motor, they say they have got you. They will carry you to the office. They will bill you what you are going to pay. They will not even ask you whether you have particulars or not. They are only interested to get your money. If whereby you don't have money, they will dump your motor there.
The director of the VIO has, however, debunked these allegations, saying it is untrue, as his men would never do such.
That is not true completely. There is no way a VIO officer can go to a place where they know that it's illegal park, for example, where you are allowed, and enter your vehicle and just for him to just come on. Common sense will tell you that that is not possible. Common sense will tell you that that is not possible. How can somebody just go? That is just a mere blackmail. And that does not happen. There is no way an officer will enter your vehicle and come and tell you to stop in a place where they know that you are not supposed to stop, and then they will just turn against you and arrest you. That is completely impossible. And I honestly did not agree with anybody who says that cannot happen. That can never happen.
He said officials of VIO do not harass taxi drivers. Instead, these drivers sometimes hurt some officials when they get flagged down.
Well, one of the important things, please, we are appealing is for people to make a report if there is anyone who demand gratification. Because I'm telling you, this is an organization that will not tolerate a single act of corruption. Once you are caught, you know the consequences is you are out of the system. We will follow the due process and ensure that we flush you out. Majority of these nuisances, to be fair, is caused by these commercial vehicles and mostly unpainted taxis. That is the reality. I am telling you that the experience in arresting these people is not funny. That is the reality. They are not like every other driver that you can simply go and arrest like that and enter and say, let's go to the office. They are not like that. That's why I'm saying that most of them are sometimes even using dangerous weapons like screwdriver, knives, and whatever against our staff. We have so many instances like that. But that is part of the hazard of the job. That will not in any way stop us from performing our duties. But I will continue to appeal to all those people who knew they are in the habit of parking and dropping or picking passengers around those areas where they know it's prohibited. Should desist from doing that, because the protest will not in any way deter us from doing our lawful duties.
The vehicle inspection officers are car inspectors that work with VIS, Vehicle Inspection Service, which is a directorate under the Ministry of Transportation in Nigeria. The history of the Motor Vehicle Administration dates back to the colonial days, with the coming of roads that linked the ports, regional capitals, and other places of economic activities in the country. Before 1939, vehicle inspection was carried out by the Directorate of Works, while motor licensing was carried out by the Motor Licensing Office under the Federal Ministry of Finance. On January 1, 1949, the Road Traffic Act was promulgated by the colonial administration. It was an act to regulate and control vehicular traffic on the highways and the licensing of such vehicles and persons in charge, as well as matters incidental thereto. The promulgation of the Road Traffic Act on January 1, 1949, resulted in the establishment of VIO in all the regions. With the creation of states in 1967, each state's Ministry of Works established VIO departments under the Directorate of Mechanical Engineering. Over time, many Nigerians, especially taxi drivers, have cried out over the continuous harassment and illegal extortions made by these road officials when their vehicles are flagged down. The VIO director has, however, pointed out that the duty of his men is to arrest offenders, not innocent motorists.
Have these people committed the offense or not? Because the officer's duty is to arrest people that have committed.
Bodinga added that a mobile court will be set up in various parts of Abuja in order to prosecute anyone found guilty of an offense.
I think we are going to put off a mobile court around that vicinity so that anybody that was arrested will take him so that he can go through the mobile court. I think that one will add even more impetus to what we are doing, because already we have a mobile court in the FCT that is already prosecuting traffic offenses. So it's just for us to mobilize and equally reach out to those areas. They are moving around the area commands, and one of these days we will make that Federal Secretariat our strategic point of operation.
He said the agency is creating a platform that would require taxi drivers and Uber drivers to register so as to track the driver in the case of any misfortune.
Yeah, you see, I agree with you absolutely that there is no one best way of doing anything. And for a system to evolve and work well, that system must listen to the outcome, to the reaction, to the needs of the people. Like any other organization, their TS is very often, and we are always want to hear feedback from the people. So we are not just throwing out whatever is said out there. We are using that to make the system even work better. Like now, we stress that it is important, as difficult as it is, that we will find a way to ensure that we do the arrest. Well, I can tell you that those people, they are even ready. The most important thing you can do is to come and maybe cross them with their vehicle, like they can hit it. These are people that are desperate. If you watch, especially those authentic taxis in the FCT, and you look at their mode of operation, you will know that they don't act like the way normal drivers are supposed to actually act. And unfortunately, that is the situation we find ourselves in terms of the behaviors of these drivers. But like what I tell you is, we have been in this job for some time, and we are studying the system to make it even better. We believe that by the time we roll out this system, all these issues will come to pass, because once the commuters themselves, because the appeal is not only to the drivers, I think it's even more to the commuters, because all these places we are calling illegal garages and whatever is because people go there to patronize these drivers. If the people agree to enter the legal garage, which is safer, which is more direct, and of course, even to be sure what you are getting at the end, I think it's better people patronize the legal garage than going outside there with all this kind of insecurity and start patronizing vehicles that are at the other end, because almost 90% of cases that you can hear happens with the vehicle that people entered outside the non or legal garages in the FCT or facts.
The director also urged the public to report any corrupt official who ask for a bribe, as such person will face the wrath of the law.
Well, one of the important things, please, we are appealing is for people to make a report if there is anyone who demand gratification. Because I'm telling you, this is an organization that will not tolerate a single act of corruption. Once you are caught, you know the consequences is you are out of the system. We will follow the due process and ensure that we flush you out. So this is straightforward. People should please report.
Speaking with a taxi driver, he said why most of them stopped by the road to either pick up or drop passengers was because there was no sufficient parking spaces within Abuja.
In the whole Abuja city, there is no parking space. For instance, this is the main road, this is walkway. So where would you expect the taxi to stop? A motor coming from Akpo, going straight, will you enter the secretariat and drop passenger or pick another one? There is no any parking space on the road. So these people, if to say they have created a parking space, the motor will enter there, either drop or pick. But there is nothing like that. Even you yourself, you can imagine it now, from here to Barnes. No any parking space. So therefore, these people have to stop on the road and pick their passenger or drop their passenger.
The director of VIO, however, said there were various bus stops allocated to them, such as the Eagle Square by Secretariat, Nyanya Motor Park, etc.
That place is, maybe you didn't have a look at it. It's a massive, massive place. That is more than, remember that these vehicles are not there to come and stay. They are there to come and load and go out. And then another new ones will come. It's not as if all the vehicles in Abuja will just go there and sit down. Vehicles are made to be going out and in. If you say that they don't want to pay, that is another thing altogether. But everywhere in Nigeria, when you enter park, you pay. That is the reality.
He also appealed to commuters to always board vehicles from garages, saying they are safer, and this would also encourage the taxi drivers to always park and load them from inside there.
So that is why we are appealing to the commuters themselves to please cooperate with us and enter those garages, because some of the places the commuters are still very dangerous. They are not bus stops where you expect bus stop, somebody will just come and block way and begin to call unnecessary jam. Apart from the insecurity that some of this operation bring up.
The director also urged the taxi drivers to always abide by the rules so as not to get arrested.
But I will continue to appeal to all those people who knew they are in the habit of parking and dropping or picking passengers around those areas where they know it's prohibited, should desist from doing that, because the protest will not in any way deter us from doing our lawful duties.